So lately I've noticed a lot of arguments popping up online against the term Judeo-Christian. You've probably seen this graph. This term is either Jewish propaganda or Gentile nonsense from those that worship Jews, or so it is said. Now let's look at some facts. Here's a chart that shows feelings of different religious groups towards other religious groups. You might have seen this graph as well in the discussion. What sticks out in this image is that Jews are favored by evangelicals to the same proportion evangelicals are disfavored by Jews. So is this evidence that the quote-unquote Jewish propaganda is working? First, let's consider Christian history. The Christians were a sect of Jews that were persecuted by the Jews. This persecution was so intense that it was basically an attempt to remove them from the earth. This did not play out, and eventually the Christians outnumbered the Jews. At this point, the Christians were able to be persecutors themselves, for the most part that is, except for times like when the Persians took over Jerusalem and allowed the Jews to massacre Christians, or when the Jewish king of Yemen was persecuting Christians and inviting other leaders to do so also. What's the point of bringing this up? Well, for one, why should it be said that this term, Judeo-Christian, is used to make non-Jews like Jews? At the same time, it could be said that it is to make Jews like non-Jews. After all, the chart shows that evangelical Christians are viewed quite disfavorably by the Jews. And given the negative history between Jews and Christians, does it not make sense to say the point of the term Judeo-Christian is to make Jews and Christians feel more aligned? That is to say, to make both Jews and Christians like each other more.